Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video is all going to be about hitting more fairways and hitting more greens by improving your start line. Stay tuned to find out more. As mentioned, today's video is all going to be about controlling the start line to hit more fairways and hit more greens. Now the start line, and what I mean by that, is just simply where the golf ball starts. In this video I'm going to be talking more about shaping the ball. As you can see, I've got actually something in front of me on my start line here, a bit of advertising for Power Caddy, but apologies if I do hit it. This could simply be on the Ranger tour stick. I'm just going to be talking about trying to shape the ball, move the ball around it, but if I was trying to hit a straighter shot, I would just put maybe a tour stick in the ground or maybe two to make a little gate to talk about where that ball started. But I'm going to be talking about shaping the ball. If we can control the start line, we are ultimately getting control of the club face at impact, and that is key. So about 80% of where the ball starts is down to where the club face points at impact. So if we can start to control that face, we're definitely going to get a larger control of the ball flight. The shape of the shot is really down to the difference between the club face and the path. So I'll say that again. The club face dictates where the ball starts. If the club face is open, it's going to start more to the right. If the club face is closed, it's going to start more to the left. The difference between the path and the face is what creates the curve. Of course, this is all assuming a centered strike. Strike is a key part as well. If we don't hit out the middle, the ball flight laws do go out up in the air. We don't know and we don't gain control of it. So we've got to be able to first strike the ball relatively centered. But to gain control of the start line, we need control of the club face position. And that is a real key part. I get a lot of people when they're drawing the ball, or questions online when I've done videos about drawing the ball, and they talk about, well, would you close your club face first? And definitely not. If I close the club face, the ball might bend left, but it's going to be starting left. That isn't a draw, that's a pull hook. So for me as a right-handed golfer, I need that ball to be starting to the right to bend to the left. When I'm fading the ball, I need that ball to start to the left to bend back to the right to finish on my target. I'm going to be demonstrating this with a 6-iron. But this video would be relevant with any golf club. And I have got in today's video the use of my launch monitor here. So I've got my GC2 that's measuring the golf ball, and I've got the HMT part of it that's measuring the club head. So it's going to give us swing path, club face position. But you do not need this to work on this exercise. This is just simply going to aid what I'm talking about in the video. Now, I find it easier if I had to shape it either way to bend that ball from left to right. I've got to work a little bit harder on the draw shape. But if I'm ultimately going to be able to play dog legs, different holes into different wind conditions with crosswinds at pins that are tucked on the left or the right, I need to be able to shape the ball both ways. But this video talking about control of the start line would still be relevant if we were talking about just trying to hit the ball straight. Straight is potentially a harder shot to hit than a draw, and I have talked about that in a video before, and I'll put a link to it in this one, so check that one out if you're still trying to hit that ball straight every time. I'm going to jump straight into it. I'm going to be hitting a 6-iron here, as I mentioned, and I'm going to first of all hit the draw shape, or try and hit the draw shape. So I don't care how you do that if you can control the start line and the bend line. So if you can actually start the ball right, bend the ball onto target, fade the ball around it as well consistently without changing the setup, then keep doing it. Don't worry about it. This is the easier way, however, to control the shape. So I want to point the club face where I want the ball to start, which is to the right of this box in front of me. So I'm going to aim the club where I want it to start. I'm going to start by having my body parallel to this line. I find it a little easier to draw the ball with the ball a bit further back in my stance, but ultimately what I'm going to do now is just walk my body, including my upper body, my shoulders, round a little bit more to the right. So my body line is pointing more to the right than my club line, which is a key part here. I want to swing on my body line, so I want my path going more to the right than my club face is pointing to the right. So this is a key part. Let's hope I don't hit that box. Let's give it a go, and we will see the data up on the screen as well. Perfect. So that ball started right of target. It drew. It didn't draw as much as I want, And the strike wasn't perfect, but I got the control of the start line and I got the control of the bend ultimately as well. I got that ball moving back to target, which is what I really wanted to do. So that was me trying to draw the ball. I aimed my club where I wanted it to start. My body line more to the, from me as a right-handed golfer, more to the right than my club face, and committed to swinging on my body line. I do find it a little easier, as you will, I'm sure, to hit a draw by moving that ball a touch further back in your stance. So the opposite is true when we're talking about the fade. The idea with this video, however, is gaining control of that club face. Starting to build a better understanding where that club face's impact is really key, whether you're trying to draw the ball, fade the ball, or hit it straight. So now I'm fading the ball. I'm going to aim the club to the left of that box where I want the ball to start. Okay, so from this view, we may be able to see the yellow flag towards the church in the distance. That's going to be my start line. That's where I'm going to aim the club. I'm going to aim my body parallel to this, with the ball a touch further forwards in my stance. It's easier to fade it, but then I'm going to move my body a little bit further round to the left. So my body is more open, pointing more left than my club face is. And again, I'm going to commit to swinging on my body line. Perfect. So I got that ball. I'm shaping these a lot, but I have got quite a big box that's not too far ahead. So I got that ball starting left of target to bend to the right. A lot of movement on it. A weird club face data. I think it got that one a bit strange. I'll hit one more in terms of the club data. The problem we have this time of year is wet getting on the club face, but it did get my start line and my bend, the amount of curve I created. A little bit more than you would expect to see, but I definitely got that ball starting left to bend to the right, and it actually finished on target. Let me hit one more of those because the data on that was a little skew-whiff. Aim my club to the left. Body parallel to start with, ball a little bit more forwards, and then I'm going to just turn my body a touch more to the left of the target. Commit to swinging on my body line. Good. Again, a good shape. Definitely got that ball starting left of target. The swing path was out to in. The club face was closed compared to the target, but ultimately open to the path. So we got that ball bending back to target. On both of those shapes, however, whether I was hitting the draw or the fade, I was able to control start line. It's a great drill. It's really, really good. Yes, I'm bending the ball quite a lot here, but start with bending it a lot, and then you can always minimize it, maybe without this box in front of you, just using a tour stick. But if you can start to gain control of this club face and impact, it's definitely going to help your game. It's going to help you hit more fairways, more greens in regulation. It's going to be able to allow you to attack some of those pins and also play in crosswinds. If that video has helped, please make sure you give us a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel for all the other videos every Tuesday and every Thursday at 5:30, as well as some Saturday specials. Cheers, guys. We'll see you soon.